name is Mihai Popescu, and I'm glad to present you an work paper named The Almost Cybernetic Structure and Evolution of Brain Tumors. As it is known, an illness is produced when an organ or a group of cells or a simple cell is totally or partially disconnected from the control of the immune system. There is a hierarchy of systems partially integrated, fighting against external stressors, in the top of them being the forebrain, controlling the autonomic nervous system, the endocrine glands, and the immune system. The main player in the hormonal control of endocrine glands fighting against antigens is hypothalamus. There are 4 control loops closing at 2 stages of the hypothalamus, 3 at the level of its nuclei, and 1 at the level of anterior capillary plexus. Cytokine, like interleukin-1 beta, interleukin-6, and interferon, together with tumor necrosis factor, are produced by the immune cells to fight against cells with modifications. Interleukin-1 beta promotes the acute phase response following infection, but interleukin-6 sustains over time the acute phase response. Tumor necrosis factor has an important role against tumors. The cytokine secretion is sustained by 2 ways, hormonal, as I previously showed, and neural. The neural way, meaning autonomic nervous system, has 2 components, sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system, both of them controlling the immunity organs, secretions, or secreting immune cells, having the role of discharging cytokines. One way by which hypothalamus fight against antigens is the temperature rising. Pyrogens are cytokines and tumor necrosis factor, which generate secretion of prostaglandin E2 at forebrain level and secondary fever apparition by sympathetic outflow. The way of pyrogens have priority files of thermic autonomous receptors. Tumor evolution is an application at the cellular level of the Darwin theory of species. Applying this theory at tumor cell population can help us to respond how they resist to selective pressures, including the immune system, pH changes, chemotherapy, radiation, nutrient deprivation, and geographic barriers. There are 4 models of tumor evolution: linear, branching, neutral, and punctuated. Each model makes different assumptions regarding the timing of mutations and selection of clones. Hallmark of tumor-generating cancer: evaded growth suppressor signaling, immunotherapy resistance, enable replicative immortality, induced angiogenesis, resistance to death, reprogrammed energy metabolism, activated invasion and metastasis, and sustained proliferative signaling. Main features. So tumor generative main features. Tumors are adaptive systems exceeding the power of adaptation of the coordinated immune system and autonomic nervous system. Research articles indicate that cancer tumor signaling is similar with placenta signaling. Forced by their resistance, organism recognizes the tumor cells as its own cells and supply them with vitamins and nutrients. Ways of attack against tumors make tumor cells such modification as that the organism don't recognize them as its own, reminding tumor cells the option of self-destruction as the only option, creating conditions of local inflammation efficiency and temperature rising in order to destroy pathogens. Tumor cells, as any cells, are sensitive to excessive temperature rising. Tumor cells, like any other cells, obey the main laws of existence. The Nernst formula for membrane potential for a single ion type and Goldman-Hacking-Katz formula for 3 ion types show the membrane potential dependency of temperature, which is obeyed also by tumor cells. Tumor cells, by other characteristics, have a raised excitability. On temperature rising, rise the membrane potential and excitability decrease, and exchanges inside tumor population also. On the other part, for the tumor vasculature, increase permeability. Cancer cells are excessively sensitive to heat. Means of tumors are generally known and have the local temperature rising as one of their main components. Radiotherapy, electromagnetic waves, ultrasound acoustic waves, nanotechnology-based techniques, magnetic having as components magnetic hyperthermia, photothermal therapy are some of them. As consideration to the applications of localized heat and cancers, there are a lot of positive effects of localized heat and cancer, but must be carefully used because they also can create angiogenesis. Used in combination with other therapies, the heat can bring many advantages against tumors. Combination therapy could be heat and radiation with increased blood perfusion and reoxygenated tumors, double-strand bands, repair inhibition, double-strand bands repair inhibition, preferential cytotoxicity of radiation-resistant cells, hyperthermia and chemotherapy bring increased drugs accumulation in tumors, DNA repair inhibition, preferential cytotoxicity of chemoresistant cells. Hyperthermia and immunotherapy bring activate dendritic cells and facilitate the antigen presentation capacity to elicit cytotoxic T cells response. As it concerns cerebral tumors, the main problem is the crossing of the blood-brain barrier by medicinal substances. Focused ultrasound, microwaves, lasers, magnetic hyperthermia, nanotechnology, and receptor-mediated transport are some of them. In the field of neurosciences, we published also 2 papers. One of them, systemic model at spinal level for the locomotion control, published at a health and bioengineering conference at 2022 last year. And neural circuits and their electronic models published at 2023 at the 5th International Conference on Electronics this year. Both of them under IEEE. There are also other work papers in progress for publishing. Conclusions. According to the type of evolution, some treatments could be much useful than others. Chemotherapy, because of a single clone as target type at a time, could be an indication for tumor linear evolution by our understanding. Radiotherapy, because of the number of clones, could be an indication for tumor neural punctuated evolution because of the number of clones is very high. Nanotechnologies, because can be delivered with feedback control, could be an indication for branching evolution. Hyperthermia can be an aid for all the therapeutic strategies. We make also an invitation for you at our journals and conferences, which you have on the screen. Thank you for your attention.